Good morning. It's September 27th. This is it's a beautiful day, by the way. About 13, 14 degrees right now and warming up to 25 or 6 today. Not a cloud in the sky that I can see. I'm actually doing a very short walk over to the Soundstage because I have to go sign. That's where Creative Saskatchewan offices are there, but where I'm headed is the Sask Books office to sign checks and also to drop off a book, which I have in my hand. Recent publication from Shadow Paw Press. Look, I'll show it to you. There it is. The Wind and Amanda's Cello by Alison Lohans with, to make sure I stay focused in the distance here, illustrations by Sarah Shortlife, who's from Nova Scotia. A lovely little story about a young cellist who gets the wind inside her instrument and then strange musical things start to happen. We're doing a book launch on October 5th. Anyway, this is a review copy I'm taking over to Sask Books because they have somebody who wants to review it. And then I'm going to sign checks, one of which is for me, not a lot unfortunately, but some sales for Shadow Paw Press books through the Sask Books website. But to extend the walk a little bit, I'm walking by way of Rotary Park. So we'll go down over the bridge, walk through Rotary Park, and over to the Soundstage, which will get us a bit of the lake too. It should be a walking around the lake day, but since I have to do this anyway, I thought I would keep it shorter and combine the two things. I like to do that when I can, just to minimize the time I spend, because much as I enjoy walking, I have so many deadlines at the moment. It's not funny. And most of today is going to be taken up with grant reporting. I have to justify the money that Creative Saskatchewan gave me for book production last year. Fair enough, but it's a lot of work. And a huge pain when you're really, really under the gun on so many things like I am right now. But of course, deadlines never care about that. They just come when they come. And the people who give them to you don't really care. Grief. I was going to avoid going that way because there's some sort of work going on down there. Let's go this way. Maybe it'll be interesting. It'll be noisy at least. Getting yellower all the time. Oof, here in autumn in Regina. Look at those colors. Everything looks so pretty on the little screen here, and to my eyes too as well. Even down the alley, there's somebody. Oh, that's because of that work they're doing on that house down there. I've walked by quite a few times. I have no idea what this is. Cleaning storm sewers or something. Hard to say. TEL. It's noisy, whatever it is. TEL. Transylvanian Ectoplasmic Liquidator. I think that's what that stands for. Pretty sure. I don't actually walk down this piece of street very often. But we will. I don't know if there must be stairs down here to go under the dike, aren't there? Do I have to go over one more block? There's got to be stairs down here. Oh yeah, of course there are. This is where this lovely tree here in the spring, it's all covered with white blossoms. Very pretty. Usually I walk by it up on the dike. Today we have come this way. It is a nice little cul-de-sac because it has that sort of grassy island with the tree on it in the middle. I think one of these houses was where my daughter had a couple of friends Well, not really friends, acquaintances, school acquaintances. They were never particularly close friends. They were twins. I remember her coming back from visiting them and being quite worried about how much they were fighting with each other. Identical twins. I thought they were all supposed to get along, but I suppose it's like living with yourself. I'd probably fight with myself if I had to live with me too. I've been in that house. It's kind of cool. 50s, very 50s. There are more stairs up into the dike from here. Felt like it anyway. All right, so we're along the creek now on the dike. Then we'll go over the bridge, and then we'll go down the other side through Rotary Park. Just the plan here. The creek looks quite green for some reason. Still grasshoppers flying around. I wonder when they're over, when they will paint this bridge, because it sure could use it. All right. Here we go. Get the traditional look to the east. A little further up. To the west. Doesn't look very autumny, but there's splashes of yellow here and there. Oh, the other thing I didn't mention is today's our anniversary, our 27th anniversary on the 27th of September. I guess the next 27 we'll get will be our 30th anniversary in 2027 on the 27th of September. Did I say November? I'm in September. First time I may have said November. Hope not. My mind is a terrible thing to waste. I haven't walked along here for quite a while. Somebody asked me about it, actually, in comments, I think. One reason I thought of coming this way. Some nice red in the vines on the fence there. Oh, thank you. Lisa? Had to wait till I was out of the sun before I could read your name. It is very nice along here. And of course, these houses over here have a bit of a view over the creek. So some of the other things I'm working on, I'm doing some work for the Pharmaceutical Association of Saskatchewan, doing billboards and other graphics for them. That's been going on for a few days now. Still have more to do. And I'm doing, got to get the cover done for High Bracks by Arthur Slade, which is maybe the next book coming out. I've had to push a few things a little further off than I'd intended to, as I was, oh, there's that house. Very attractive so far. Hope it looks better when it's finished. For example, the Shapers of Worlds Volume 5 anthology, which I hope to have out around November, I've now put off getting the Kickstarter version out in January, mainly because my artist, Wendy Nordell, is still also behind the gun, and so am I. I haven't even written my story for it yet, so that gives me a little more time too. I need to send out you heard that here first, but I'll be sending out a update to my backers. Telling them that as well. It'll also change the way I do rewards. I was holding on to some ebook rewards and hope I could do sets of ebooks to everybody, but rather than that, I think I'll now do the ebooks like previous of the previous anthologies in the 5-book series. Probably get them out right away, and then just do another ebook distribution when the ebook of the actual anthology is done. And this will be the last in that 5-book series. I won't be doing another one. I'm winding down the World Shapers. I've been thinking about it, talking about it, but I really think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm getting lots of people who would like me to interview authors, but I don't see the return on that effort that I had hoped. So I'll probably just interview my own authors going forward as I have new books coming out. I'm fine, Sanjay. Thanks for asking. Walking along the creek here through Rotary Park on a lovely, lovely, sunny autumn morning. Still feels like summer. Used to call it Indian summer. Probably not allowed to call it that anymore. I guess I just did. Up here we'll see the dam. This is the dam that makes the lake under the bridge here. If there's any water really coming over the spillway to speak of right now. I mean, there is a flow, but it's very, very minor. Has to be a flow, otherwise the creek would dry out. Not much. See a little bit there. I don't think you see any interesting birds. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's a cormorant over there on that rock across the way. I think that's what that is. Long neck. Sometimes there's pelicans here for the same reason, because especially when there's more water coming over the dam spillway, fish will end up down here, so you get some of the fishing birds, and that's a fisher over there on the rock. Yes, it's beautiful. Have a look at Rotary Park before we say goodbye to it. We'll cross over, walk a little bit by the lake, and then up to the Soundstage building, which also has a lot of creative association offices in it, like the Saskatchewan, what is it called now? Multimedia Production Association, something like that. It used to be Saskatchewan Motion Picture Industry Association, but they expanded that. And Creative Saskatchewan, which I just mentioned, and Sask Books, which is where I'm really headed to sign checks. I'm vice president at the moment, and so I have signing authority. Periodically, somebody has to sign checks. Oh, don't have to wait too long. 5, 4, 2, 1, 0, yellow, and green. The lake ahead of us. There's the bridge, which for some reason is partially blocked. And there's Wascana Lake. The building I'm headed to is right over there on the other side of the lake. We'll go around the west end here. Look at this side of the bridge. You know, I looked at the temperature, 13. I thought, oh, maybe I should wear a sweater. But then I thought, no, you're always too hot when you do that. And I would have been. Because the sun, air temperature may be 13. The sun is very warm. It's like this. It's like it's this giant ball of nuclear fusion hanging in the sky. Amazing how much heat it puts out. Right? Had some nice goose pictures yesterday when I was out on the east corner of town. There's always geese here too, of course. Goose Central here. So many of them in the water. They mostly seem to be sunning on the shore here, or having a snooze. These ones down here. There's a duck down there too, not just geese. One lonely duck and a whole bunch of geese. The sinkhole up here, they did absolutely nothing to it all year. It's now been there for a year and a half. At least. No change. It's not getting any better looking. I thought it was natural, but it seems to have been a water main or something that collapsed and created the sinkhole. All right, so here's the bridge from this side. The center of it would be right there. This whole neighborhood is called Lakeview, but I think that tall house over there is the only one with an actual lake view. Maybe the one next to it. Here's the sinkhole. On the other side of those pumps. And looking back that way, you see the legislative building, the sun shining on the water. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. And on my shoulders feels so lovely. That's not quite right. Some combination of those. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Oh no, all the geese are standing on the shore instead of in the water. The time of day. If I had a tale that I could tell you, tell a tale of days just like today. I don't really know the song as well as I thought I did. I remember snatches of it. John Denver's dead. Can't ask him. You probably didn't even see the guy on the skis. I was pointing in the wrong direction. Did wave though. Whew. I'm wearing black jeans too, another warmth thing. So I'm really glad I didn't wear a sweater. It won't be long before I'll be happy to wear one, and then a coat, and then a parka. Maybe warm now, but it won't last. Winter is coming. Okay, so I've got a choice. I'll go up this way by the gazebo. I'm sure all the flowers are gone, but still it's a variation. Here's the gazebo. Outdoor concerts and things happen here in the summer. I have even performed on this little stage and attended a wedding here as well. Yeah, there's no flowers, so there's no point going up that way. So we'll follow this path along the swimming pool, although I don't imagine there's anybody swimming in it. Earlier in the year, I walked down this way. There were lovely flower beds, but they're all pulled out in anticipation of the frost that will be coming. And up here is Wascana Pool and playground. Playground used to be out. Everybody could get at it. I don't know if it still is or not. No, I'd say it's definitely part of the pool complex now. Well, maybe not. Maybe you can still get into the playground. Well, I don't know. Would have mattered to me a lot more when Alice was little, but she's 23 and living in London, taking a master's degree, so playgrounds don't have nearly the importance that they once did. She would have loved this one, though. The one that was here was not as nice. Oh yeah, you can just go into the playground here without having to pay to go swimming. So here's the gate. The pool's empty. So I guess it's closed for the season. That shed there, shelter, is part of the old playground, but all the equipment is new. Oh, I guess there's a spray park over there that you can get to. The pool itself is fenced off. That makes sense. This just opened, last summer, I guess? I think this is its second summer of operation. Not much of a swimmer, so I'm unlikely to ever be seen splashing around in there. And nobody's splashing around in it right now because there's no water in it. Even though today would be a lovely day to go swimming. You can't be sure of that this time of year, though. So they play the averages, I guess, as to when they are open and closed. Right then, we'll cross here. And then go this way. Which takes us up behind the college building, which is the original University of Regina College, it was called originally. Then it was University of Saskatchewan Regina campus, and eventually became University of Regina, although the main campus is way over in the southeast. That's a credit union, Central, which was built as part of a deal that gave us the new renovated Dark Hall, which I've toured briefly through in one of these videos, and where I performed a couple of times now, most recently in Beauty and the Beast back in May. They're doing Sister Act this year, Lyric is, in May, but unfortunately their timing is such that I don't think I can be part of it. I'll have to double check, but I think they put it on the same weekend as Sask Expo in Regina, in Saskatoon. And I have to go up there and sell books. I don't have to, but I'm going to. Anyway, so this is the backside of Dark Hall, stage door, loading zone. And this is the back of the college building. The building I'm headed to is the next one down. At one point it was the education building, and it had the theater department in it at one point as well. When I first moved here, the theater department was in there. A lot of stuff in here, including the Conservatory of Performing Arts. This is all new here. They tore off this wing because it was in too bad a shape to save, but they kept the facade even on this part, as you'll see when I get around. And I've been in there a few times. I could go in there now, I guess, but it's too nice to go inside. So you're behind this facade, but it's all new building. There's even a couple of rooms in there with our names on them. Well, one room with my wife and my names on it, and one with my mother-in-law's name on it, a dance studio, because of the long connection, the family, my wife's family, not me so much. Although me too now, I guess. I've been doing stuff here for 40 years. Had with the building. Dark hall for me, primarily. Well, I did take a few voice lessons and things in here. Margaret Ann's grandmother performed in Dark Hall, and her mother, and her, and our daughter. So it's like 4 generations of Dark Hall performers. This is called Collegiate Gothic, this style. Very popular at the time. 1914, you probably saw the date on that door back there. So this is Scarth Street, so right down there is the Hotel Saskatchewan, where I was yesterday, our condo building. It's on the right there, where Central Collegiate used to be. Might as well walk by the frog, since it's dead ahead, and it's dry. At some point they decided they did not want traffic through this piece of the road, so it's fairly permanently blocked off with those big concrete blocks. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Yeah, this frog up here goes back to when the art department was in the building behind me and in the building ahead of me. Or in the building behind me, I guess. And this was a project. Been here ever since the 60s. And they recently refurbished it because it was getting pretty sad. It had holes in it. And you can read all about it on the little plaque here. I've read it before. 1971, I guess. One of the most popular sculptures in Regina, created by Joe Fafard, in collaboration with his students. An homage to the influential funk artist David Gilhooly. You can read the rest of that if you want to back up and pause it. But there's the frog. One of the most popular pieces of public art in Regina. It says so right on the label. Oh, sorry, I missed somebody saying good morning. So, belatedly, good morning to Ashok. As we come around the corner, coming to where I'm going to stop, which is this building. This is just a facade. Everything inside it is new, except for inside the entrance tower. And the main thing that's in here is a soundstage. Lots of stuff has been shot here. If you ever watched Corner Gas, which we happen to be rewatching, which is very, very popular, all of their sets were in here. They did a lot of location shooting, but like the inside of the Ruby, if you know the show, and things like that, were actually sets in here, not the actual buildings in Rollo, which is the little town about 45 minutes from here that stood in for Dog River. All the exteriors, though, were shot in Rollo. I was in it. The very last episode, I was an extra in almost the last scene of the last episode. But watching it now, I see all these people I know from community theater and people I've acted with who were in it. I knew that at the time, too. It's interesting to see them again now. They all look 20 years younger. The amazing thing is, I haven't changed a bit. I don't know why they all got older. Mystery of life. Okay. I will turn around up here since I'm in the shade. Look this way. And that's today's walk on a lovely, lovely day. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know. I'll do something over the weekend, but it's hard to know what. There's a football game tomorrow, so probably won't be anything tomorrow. Maybe on Sunday I'll go somewhere. Anyway. Oh. Morning, Kirk, and goodbye. I'm done. Thanks for walking. Bye for now.